Hey guys, welcome to the Bourboneering podcast. I'm Austin. Let's get started. So today I got another distillery highlight for you. Actually, got to meet Andrew from Sugarfield Spirits Distilling Company in Gonzales, Louisiana. They just opened up. I've actually got to meet him a couple times through the Baton Rouge Bourbon Society, which I speak a whole bunch about. But he was happy and willing to help us out and do an interview with me for the Bourboneering podcast. So without further ado, we're going to highlight the Sugarfield Spirits Distilling Company with an interview with one of the owners, Andrew. Hey guys, I'm here with Andrew Salto, and we're going to talk about Sugarfield Spirits. So Andrew, you want to talk a little bit about yourself and maybe how the distillery got started?
Sure. So I am a lifelong hospitality person. I grew up in hospitality. First job was in hospitality. I worked in restaurants and hotels my entire career. I've always been into spirits. I bartended most of my life. I really have a passion for good spirits, and making sure that the cocktails are coming out delicious and unique. Making a good cocktail is a lot about having the ingredients mixed properly. And all right, so making good cocktails is important. That's what we do on this side. But making the good spirits, that is kind of a different track, and that's kind of where my brother was. He kind of got on this journey when he was out in West Coast on a wine tour, and he was kind of thinking about going into the wine business, and was out there and was kind of mulling it over, and went through Portland, Oregon. And when he came through Portland, they were on a big kick on distilleries, micro distilleries, and he went to a couple of them, and he was like, man, this is basic chemistry, and making good spirits is half science and half art, and it's important that you have both of those aspects, because you want a spirit that's delicious, but it's also safe, and you're able to do what you do over and over again, so that you're always making good product, and that's a lot of it. And then just the business aspect, I have 2 degrees in hospitality, and I've kind of moved around my whole life, and just kind of settled here in Louisiana.
All right, so I guess how did Sugarfield get started as a distillery, as a business, and where do you see it going in the future?
Gotcha. So we got started with my brother and I. We want to make bourbon. We're big into bourbon, but in order to make bourbon, you really have to have something that's going to get you over that 4-year mark, because 4 years is about the time it's going to take to make a good bourbon. And so what we decided was, until our bourbon's ready, we're going to make some other spirits as well. And we're going to continue making these spirits, because every spirit, you really have to put a lot of passion into it to make it, if it's going to be good. And so making good spirits is about putting your love into it, putting your passion into it. And so whether you're making rum or vodka or liqueurs, all of our stuff is we have a basic edict. To make a good product, you've got to know what you're doing. You've got to practice it, and make sure that you're always tasting and learning and growing. And that's kind of what we do here. We always are going to put out a good product. We're always going to be looking for the new thing, the next thing, and whether it's liqueurs or gin or vodka, whatever it is, we're trying to be unique and as local as possible. And as to where we're going, well, right now we're literally right now we're making a lot of vodka. Next we're going to have some bourbon that we're going to get into barrels next month. And right after that, we're going to be doing a single malt. So that's basically what a Scotch is. But we're not in Scotland, so we can't call it Scotch. But American single malt we'll have that in some barrels too, so that'll be ready in a couple of years. We've got our coffee liqueur. We're going to be making some more of that so we can have that out. Yeah.
That stuff is amazing.
Yeah, it's killer. And we've got an orange liqueur that's coming out. We also have this awesome, we took some of our cane juice rum, our agricole style rum, and we ran it through the gin basket with some Myers lemon zest in it, and it picked up this beautiful essence of that. So it's kind of a lemon agricole that we'll have out here pretty shortly, and we have a lot of stuff sitting in barrels just picking up good flavors, so we're excited about that too.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really exciting. I'm glad we caught you on the ground floor, kind of get watch it grow. And I talk about the Baton Rouge Bourbon Society here all the time, and I know y'all are doing a lot with us and that.
Yeah.
And that's really exciting. I talked about we had a tour here, and like a tour and tasting, and that was a great way to experience a distillery from the inside out.
Yeah.
I guess my last major question is for you personally. I know you're more on the cocktail side of things. Do you see? You talked about kind of your wide range of things. Do you see y'all ever getting more into the creative cocktail side of things, or once you get into the bourbon, the actual whiskey, that you'll be focusing more on just getting that bottles and getting that where it needs to go?
Both. So I haven't really. Our first menu that we put out is a very traditional menu. On it, it's got rum and coke, a daiquiri, an old fashioned. Just basically the basics. Our next menu that we're coming out with, it's a little funkier. It's a little weirder. You can always get the classics at any bar, but you go to cocktail bars to get a unique cocktail, and we'll be doing a lot of that. And when we launch our gin, we'll have our traditional gin, our flagship gin, and then we'll also have a rotating gin that we have in the tasting room. It's only available there, and it'll be whatever's in bloom then, or so during orange season it'll be an orange vodka. During strawberry season it'll be not vodka, gin. It'll be strawberry gin. Orange season, orange gin, that kind of thing. So I think that's pretty exciting, and we'll always have something fresh and beautiful here at the distillery. So
awesome. All right, and I lied. This is gonna be the last question.
All right.
Of the spirits you'll make currently or have on shelf currently, what's your favorite? I know it's a hard question, but
so that. I mean, not really. That's kind of a bourbon is what I'm all about, is what I love, and if my tastes change with the seasons, and but at the end of the day, literally at the end of the day, what do I drink at night? I drink our bourbon. I have a bourbon neat or bourbon on the rocks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I love y'all's. I have the batch one at home.
Yeah, batch one's delicious. Yeah,
and I've been here a couple times, tried batch 1, 2, and now the 3 that I don't know if it's out yet or not.
Yeah, it's on the shelf right there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
But then they were all good, all very different, but all very good.
Yeah.
And I know I've talked about this before. Y'all very transparent about obviously you're not making your own bourbon, or you have that the bourbon on the shelf is not y'all's. You're sourcing
we
right
source
now.
It right. Yeah.
And very transparent about that. And y'all selected some good barrels for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you for taking the time.
Absolutely.
I know the audience loves it, and I'm sure we'll be hearing more from y'all soon.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We can't thank Andrew enough for that interview. But without further ado, let's actually review one of their spirits. This is their Batch 1 bourbon, Sugarfield straight bourbon whiskey. Now, this is actually sourced out of Virginia. He was real open about it in the interview. They want to be a whiskey distillery, but they can't do that yet. They can't, you can't just make a whiskey and a week later sell it. It takes time. So from now they're sourcing from Virginia, and it's a great source they have. I had never heard of it before. He told me the name. I can't think off the top of my head right now. It's not a big distillery. They do mostly contract distilling. So I've never heard of it before, but it's a batch 1 is a single barrel. They're on their 3rd batch now, I believe. This is at least 4 years old, and I already know it's fantastic, but let's give you a review. Great cork pop. Now this cork is really cool. It's like a glass top or plastic acrylic top with a synthetic cork. It's really cool looking. The bottle's really, really awesome. If you go look on my Instagram, you'll see a picture of the bottle. I posted it a few times. Their coffee liqueur actually has the same bottle. All their spirits have the same bottle with different labeling. All the labeling is roughly the same style with different coloring and wording, obviously. All right. Color, it's pretty light for bourbon. It's around 4 years age. It's a nice light amber. Ooh, right on the nose. I get raisin. And, the spice of a cinnamon, like a cinnamon gum. Now it's 92 proof, so it's what is that? 46% alcohol. Let's see what we're gonna taste. Around the bat, it's like a little bit of bubblegum flavor right at first, and then it goes into a peanut butter caramel. More so than just, normal bourbon notes. A little peppery. Oh, it's really good. The finish. Peppery oak on the finish. It's really, I'm going to assume this is high rye. I believe it's relatively high barley malt in there. I believe that's what he told me. But it's more on the perfumey side than is the sweet candy side. A little more floral on the taste. On the nose, it's not. On the taste, it is. All right, caramel candy is that first note you get, and then it goes into floral perfume. A little bit of orange peel. It makes a great old fashioned. I'll tell you that right now. Oh man, but yeah, this one, it's a short review. I know I like it. It's not gonna be on my March Madness bracket battle because that is already set. If you haven't seen it yet, you'll see it soon. Check it out on my Instagram. There'll be some voting to do, and then the next few episodes will be the actual tournament. But because this one's so local and hard to find, I'm not gonna put it in the competition. But I'm gonna give it a 3.8. Very solid. The price point's around I think it was $35, $40. Can't get any more, so that kind of dampers it. But their batch 3 is also fantastic. If you're ever in Louisiana and want to check that out. But that's the reason I can't give it more than a 3.8 is you can't find it anymore, and it's literally don't have it anymore. So you can't get any more. And I'm almost out of this bottle, sadly. Thanks for watching, guys, or thanks for listening, guys. Remember check out the bracket battle coming up soon. Remember to go get your Prestige Decanter glass to get 8% off. I have a glass head-to-head glass competition with a couple of Prestige Decanters glasses, Glencairn, and a couple other glasses. So check that out. Be on the lookout for that. Thanks for listening, guys, and thanks again to Andrew for taking the time for an interview. All right, see you later. Bye.